Hello and welcome to the B Button episode 37, baby. Yeah! I'm your host, Baron Marf, and I'm joined, as always, by my compadre in arms, the one and the only Angry Link. How you doing, buddy?
I keep thinking more and more we need to scour the chorus for some Whitesnake. Just so we can roll it in at just the end of the intro there.
Yeah.
Just a bit, here I go again.
Yeah. So, gaming week, what's it been like, buddy?
It's been busy. Obviously, cracking on with the PlayStation.
Yes.
There's a few games on there that I've, obviously, prior to actually owning the PlayStation, went out and bought Plus just so I could get for free.
Yeah.
Journey. Obviously, that game company
is amazing.
Yeah, it's the third outing from obviously the developer. They obviously developed previous titles for the PS3, which was Flow was the first one, which I never actually played. But it's got really good soundtrack, like all of their games have. And then obviously they followed that up with Flower. Obviously they did then release Journey on the PS3. This is the PS4 re-release.
Yeah. But you really liked Flower, didn't you?
Oh, I absolutely adored it. It was possibly one of my favourite games of the generation.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just really enjoyed getting back into getting the chance to have a crack at it.
It's got this amazing feeling of being alone yet with other people, but not being able to communicate, but being able to communicate, and
it is
kind of playing an action game, but not playing an action game, and looking at a visual feast, but then also being it's just. It works in so many ways. It's
a great amalgamation of different things. Like you say, the limited options you have with communication. I mean, I was having a whale of a time just running around, just going beep, 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 beep,
yeah,
beep, beep.
Exactly.
And I was thinking, am I actually doing Morse code here?
But like the scarf, stuff like that.
Yeah.
You can't, your jump is dependent on the length of the scarf, and you collect that. And it's just really clever, really well done.
Really good story as well. It's really well presented. Because again, there's obviously a language involved in the game itself, but you're never privy to it.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
I really enjoyed how it played out with the story. I mean, it's quite I don't know. You could almost call it a dour.
Yes.
But no, it's somewhat uplifting, and I don't know. There was a part of me that was just like, nah, knew it was going to fucking do that bullshit. But no, all in all though, it played really good. Like you say, the sort of co-op was good.
Yeah, that's right.
I did like that. Some of
but I also
puzzling,
like the way that it's there.
Oh,
the people are just there.
Yeah,
you're in that world.
Really short and sweet as well. So it's a couple of hours, I think, 2-3 hours I played through.
Yep.
And it was done. But you do find yourself towards the end you are somewhat invested.
Yeah,
you do get a little pang, and I've read some brilliant stories about the game itself and how it's touched people. But again, really impressed. It looks really great. There's some really good hooks with the gameplay, and the music's fantastic from Austin Wintory, who's obviously done a few other bits for that game company, but he's also done lots of other video game composings before. So yeah, really, really good. Picked up Dangerous Golf in the sale as well. It's the PS Plus sale. That was down to like £5-6. So that was obviously from Three Fields, which is a small team of 11 people comprised of former Burnout devs. The easiest way to describe it is it mixes the chaos of Burnout 2's Crash Mode with Crazy Golf.
Right.
I say Crazy Golf because the holes are in like dining rooms and kitchens.
Yeah, you've got to bounce it off like crockery and shit, haven't you?
Yeah, well there's always certain things in each level that you've got to destroy or hit. So once you do that, it's good though. It's good fun. I really enjoyed it. I mean, I loved Crash Mode from Burnout 2, and it's got all of those little...
Yeah, like, is it going to clip it? Yeah! Sort of moments.
So that's good fun. And I also bought Ronin, which was one of the Devolver sizzle reels from E3.
Right, yeah, okay.
So this one's from a Polish indie studio, comprising of a single gentleman.
Great games coming out of Poland at the moment.
Yeah, really good, really good little scene there.
Yeah.
So that's from Flying Wild Hog. It's a puzzle action game with ninjas, guns, turn-based fights, stroke shootouts. Basically, it plays out when you're walking around the level and traversing the level. It's all in real time. But the minute that you come across someone or someone spots you, it goes turn-based, and then you can sort of plot your moves and
Very similar to what's that? Dig World Heist or
Yeah, it's sort of very much in that vein, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. I've always loved those sort of Advance Wars styles. I mean, I know this is not quite the same as Advance Wars, obviously top down from a map, but just that whole you have to play one character off against another. You know,
it's not that. It's you're not just thinking of your next move.
Yeah.
You're plotting 2, 3, 4 ahead. Because you've got to think, well, if they do this, and then you've got the variables of what could happen, and
can I get away with it at that point?
Exactly.
And if that happens, then I've got him. Or
yeah. So obviously you can upgrade a few bits and bobs. You can do you can learn to throw your sword and do some Jedi, return it, and all of this stuff.
Nice.
I mean, I've only scratched the surface. I think I've not even played through the first act yet.
How much was it?
That one was a tenner, but I think it's normally £16.
That's worth it though. Devolver Games.
Devolver Games generally, if they're only ever on offer, buy them. Yeah. I mean, I still haven't played a lot of Not a Hero, but it's
really,
brilliant.
really need Mother Russia Bleeds.
Yeah,
really need that. Need that badly.
Yep. And then obviously finishing up with the only game that I probably, or one of the only games I'll end up buying for the PlayStation 4 probably for the next few months. Pro Evo 2017.
Pro Evo.
Well. It's got the option file editing, so I've got all of that sorted now finally, and just getting rugged into that, scoring some screamers.
So, sorry, for somebody who doesn't understand football and Pro Evo, so basically, long story short, you can now make all of your teams the correct kit colours and names.
Yeah, you can put all of the correct kits. It basically turns it from an unlicensed product to an unofficially licensed product.
Gotcha.
But you can't do it on the Xbox because you can't do the import images function.
Right, okay.
Just been chewing through some of those.
So this is an instance where, sorry, I keep interrupting you, buddy, but this is an instance where effectively some disequilibrium in your brain has been I'm just gonna have to get this on the PlayStation to rectify this.
Yeah, totally. And it's also going to cost me £100 as well.
Damn.
Because there's Nexon, I think it is, they're releasing a third party, officially licensed third party Elite controller. So instead of like Microsoft did, where they actually made it and just stole all the scuzzes or one of the company's ideas to the point where they actually have to pay them licensing now, they've just said to a third party, you make pretty good controllers. Can
you make our Elite one?
Yeah. So I've got to buy one of them because it's got the analogues in the proper places. Because I'm so used to a 360 or the Xbox One controller now that the PlayStation One feels uncomfortable.
So basically what you're saying...
And I know that I'm going to rip through the rubber on the fucking analogues. So
what you're saying is where you need them to be. The proper place is probably symmetrical, isn't it? But you're just
No, because I always found that because I don't hold the tip of my thumbs are on the actual analogues. I rest them on there so I can roll it around and it's not as harsh a movement on my thumb because my thumbs click like a motherfucker already. I find myself if you're ever in that position where you're having to push hard left on the right stick and hard right on the left stick, I'm there touching thumbs and it's just I'm dead.
Why am I touching myself?
Exactly.
Not now, not in the middle of this corner, why?
Exactly. So yeah, I just need to get it's coming out Christmas. But it's a proper pro gamer to the point that it's actually got some little screw cap on the controller input. I don't think it can do wireless. But I don't care. I sit fucking 4 foot away from my controller, from my console, so...
Fair enough.
I'm pretty much wired all the time anyway.
Hardcore.
So yeah, just that's all it's been. How about yourself?
Me, I've been doing a lot. I mean, so I walked away last week saying, right, I'm getting stuck into Dishonored 2. And I've just stopped myself because I heard a review and somebody said, do you know what? If you really want to enjoy Dishonored 2, make sure you play the DLC from Dishonored 1. And I played Dishonored 1, but I didn't do the DLC.
So just chipping through Dishonored, the remastered, is it?
That's what I'm going to do. But in that dead time in between, Uncharted 4 jumped in. It's right, I'm going to use this PlayStation.
Yeah. Pro upgrade?
Not noticed anything. If anything's happened, I don't know.
No. Does it run does the console itself run a bit smoother?
Yeah.
Things load a bit quicker?
A little bit, yeah. I wouldn't write home about it. If somebody said, was that on a PlayStation 4 or a Pro, I'd be like, no idea.
It could have just been on a better hard drive.
It
could have just been running off an SSD.
No idea whatsoever. So, I mean, let's be honest, that's sat there ready for HDR at some point or another, but it has got me all... I'm very like, right, we're on a technology upgrade mode sort of now, which is why some of the stuff we're going to bring up later on in the podcast is probably bubbling away in my mind right now. But either which way, it's not been a great deal. And I did play a little bit the Steep beta.
Yes. What do you think?
I think it looks good, but it looks a bit bare bones.
Yeah.
I think it looked really pretty, actually. I was quite impressed by the aesthetics. It's simple, but...
Yeah, because like the sheer scale and weight, like the same with GTA Online, because you're going to have like people on one side of the map and others. You've got to keep everything
balanced, so it can run.
But no, when it has its janky moments. I tried playing it yesterday and it was just fucking awful. It was just dropping frames left, right, and centre to the point it's just like count the seconds between the frames.
Treat.
It was just like there's a jump. And I've gone on 14 metres when I've not known how. It's like brief moments of being really, really drunk. In the sense that I don't remember that.
Yeah, I mean, all in all, I like the options in it. I like, have a plod around, do a wingsuit or squirrel suit, as somebody was calling it. And I was properly impressed by the size or the magnitude of the mountain.
Yeah, because you think, hey, it's not that big, and then you start going down and you think, that took me fucking ages, and then you look and you think, I've just done that that's the little squiggle there.
Yeah.
I thought I'd done the whole thing.
It's properly huge,
I think I just about got to the edge of the map yesterday. I just went on and just like, right, I'm going to get to the bottom. Let's see how fast it takes me. Or long it takes me.
See, that's why I want to do it. I want to go top of the mountain and just say, how long does it take me?
But the unfortunate thing is you've got loads of different peaks.
Yeah.
Which mountain? Oh, shit.
Damn it. But yeah, so that was it really for me. Not a great deal other than that. But generally, I'm a bit into Uncharted now. Yeah. I've just been playing it. It's nothing. I don't recognise whether it's something to do with the Pro, but revisiting it and sort of taking the time to really sort of soak it up, rather than just like I want to pile through to get through the storyline. It's
of course
pretty.
It's the second playthrough, isn't it?
Yeah. So it's really, 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 really pretty.
Yeah,
really pretty.
When you finally stop and take a look around and
I was quite as always. There's been I think both last two Uncharted releases. Both times I played them right off the bat. I've gone, do you know what? This doesn't look as pretty as I expected it to. But you get to like a Madagascan plain, and it's got like a valley and loads of different variety of formation all the way through. Nothing looks the same at all. And then there's a mountain range in the background, and you're like, okay, yeah, that looks quite pretty actually. I'm quite impressed by that. And then you come to realise that you're actually going to that mountain range and everything in between is the level.
Yeah.
And it's not just like flat images cut and you think,
damn.
That's ridiculous.
I retract my previous statement. Damn, motherfucker is hot.
Yeah, I mean, I was driving around in the Jeep in the Madagascan plains in the mud, just like handbraking it, like just amazing. Just really good stuff. But anyway, there we go. So that's where I've been at. We should bust on over to our news section. You've heard enough for the moment, folks. Let's bust on over. Bullet Bill's Big 3. It's the news. And busting straight into our first bullet hole this week. What have we got, Link?
Well, I suppose it's a pretty not safe for work kind of topic day, really.
Yeah, I think...
It's taken us long enough.
Well, let's be clear. Right, first things first. Mine's absolutely fine. You've brought nothing but debauchery to this news section this week.
To be fair, you did switch it around. It was going to be pretty much all not safe for work.
Yes. Yeah. So, what is the first bullet hole for this week?
It's taking a whole new meaning now, isn't it?
Yes.
Well, Broforce devs, Free Lives.
Broforce, I love Broforce.
They've announced their next game.
Oh, amazing!
It's now out on Steam Early Access.
So just, sorry, excuse me, but like for those who don't know, Broforce is this amazing little side-scrolling shooter where you just play as every superhero of every good guy in every shoot 'em up movie you've ever seen. There's a Rambo, there's an Arnie, there's a Terminator, there's a
Highlander.
And I mean variations. There's an Arnold Schwarzenegger and a Terminator. There's
and then there's the Conan and
exactly.
It's loads and loads of them.
It's just amazing. So I'm super excited to hear what their next game is.
Yeah, it's been released and it's called Genital Jousting.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
It is. It is an 8-player online local multiplayer party game.
Don't use the word stroke.
Yeah. Well, especially when it's about flaccid penises and wiggly anuses, and that is a quote. Competing to complete sexually suggestive objectives, and again, this is another quote, like penetrating another player's anus.
Right, can I just go on the record right now to say this is batshit crazy, wrong and nuts. What the hell? What the hell has this got to do with video games? This is just somebody going, yeah, well, I can make a game about this. Someone's just trying to win a bet.
You go and do it. It sounds like a wife and a husband arguing. And the husband's like, well, I'm going to build a rocket in the shed. And the wife's like, fine, then go and build your rocket in the shed. And all of a sudden...
And then 8 months later...
There's a rocket in the shed.
Yeah. So I guess this is obviously going to come to the PlayStation 4, Xbox, and more importantly, the Wii.
Well, maybe the Switch.
Yeah. No, is the answer.
But there's 10 modes. I haven't got the details on the modes.
But, we can hazard a guess. But
you can also... collect costumes and various items to dress up said flaccid penises or wiggly anuses. So you can pretty up your joke.
Link? What? Why?
Well, why wouldn't you?
No. I mean, why? Okay.
I mean, I think it's the wonderful thing of it goes back to those bedroom coding days where anyone with an idea and a bit of savvy can make a game.
It seems like Free Lives basically did Broforce and we told you it'd be amazing. I told you we wouldn't get sued for using all these characters. And then they've just, which by the way, they got around by naming characters like Bronan the Barbarian or stuff like that, yeah. So they've just gone, right, okay, bring out the cocks. It's not right.
And you know there would have been a lawyer there going, it's fine as long as there's no erections. And they're like, even penetration, it's fine as long as you're pushing rope.
Link, I fear we're in a place where we don't need to be. Moving on to our second bullet hole for this week. It's Watch Dogs 2 multiplayer, or lack thereof. So, long story short, it doesn't work and they turned it off.
Yeah, basically.
Come on, now, I'm sorry, you've just released a major game. This just stinks of get it out for this quarter.
Yeah, and we'll plaster over the cracks when we need to.
Yeah, it's the customer's problem. I mean, even people like GTA went, do you know, it's not going to be ready. We want you to play the single player up front. So you've got it for a month, and then
they can see the numbers.
Yeah,
and how many servers and what kind of numbers they're going to need to back up. Even though they completely fucked it still, but
the point is at least they demonstrated before release that they thought about it and they planned it.
Yeah.
These guys gone, it's out! Oh God, it's out! Quickly get it back in!
Well, it's. I mean, a couple of notes that I've got obviously is it really that messy still?
So basically,
because people will quite happily play broken things.
Well, let's be clear. What was happening was people were suffering from enormous amounts of lag, and it was crashing the console.
Right. So yeah, no, it really is that messy.
Game-breaking stuff.
So I suppose then it's a case of, is the netcode up to snuff? Because if it runs fine when it's not running multiplayer, then it's got to be that's the
pretty
source
much
of it.
Yeah.
So the Division's messiness still lingers on, really.
Yeah. Well, do you know, I thought about this and I thought, do you know what? I've bought games before where things haven't worked and they've had to patch it later. And usually I'm not panicking for that part of the game, so that's okay. Would I still entertain this? So I thought, well, the exact words which went through my head were, yeah, I'm not going to buy you a game because of this. That's exactly where I was at. And then I was like, do you know what? I'm going to wait for you to bundle it in with Watch Dogs 1, and that way I can not buy both of them.
Well, that was obviously my other point, or question. Will it be missed?
Yes.
So, no, not at all.
It'll be missed by me and many other players who don't want to play it. Yeah. We will miss it.
It's a shame though, because it has received quite a few good reviews, hasn't it? It's
been
well written.
So apparently they've done a lot of things around making the physics a lot better in the vehicles and such like, which is always sort of a key thing for me. It always felt very tinny and Ubisoft-esque.
Sort of like a kid's, like...
Yeah, boom, Lego sort of cars and stuff. But hopefully it's a bit better. I am tempted just to see what it's like, but I think there needs to be a lot more sorting out the code before they get there. The main thing that I really liked for me, the pièce de résistance, was the fact that their strapline for all of their advertising at the moment is Watch Dogs 2, hack everything.
Get banned when you hack it.
Netcode, yeah. Well, so anyway, busting on to our third bullet hole for this week. What we got, Link?
Well, I don't know which one would be the worst.
This one.
Yeah.
This one.
So, a game has recently been popped up on Steam Greenlight. So this is this part of Steam where people can go and vote. Say it had games released on early access, so they can play them. This is a game from a Taiwanese developer.
Okay.
Way Workshop.
Right.
And the game they've released is Pan Pan.
Pan Pan.
Yeah.
Don't remember this IP. Go on.
Well, this sees players playing as women's pants. As opposed to the normal sort of softcore hentai, as Kotaku would put it.
Right.
Like games where you're generally trying to steal them or shoot them.
Right, I'm done playing dumb here. I watched this video of this game before this, and it's pairs of pants floating around in a 3D shooting environment.
Sort of a bit like a Dragon Ball Z kind of style.
Some of the pants look like they're a school uniform. Other ones look like a fairy outfit, but they are just pants. Yeah. There's. This is obviously playing to a certain particular type of crowd, but not according to the developer, Link.
No, they obviously it's not just dirty hentai game or a dirty hentai game as he's claimed on his description.
Right.
Because the garments have all got unique abilities, with descriptions such as the white panty is soft, the bare panty is fierce,
Link,
and such forth.
Link, it's still about pants.
No, there is a bit of a real game in there. There's like you say, you'd normally attack with sort of like some Dragon Ball Z kind of energy balls, but there are also melee weapons like katanas. I'm hoping for nunchucks. I really want to see a pair of pants flinging around a set of nunchucks. I don't know.
Link, they have no arms. They're
That's
just
what I mean.
pants.
That's the great thing about it.
They look like seagulls flopping around on a heavily congested road while shooting people.
Still, I'd like to see a seagull throwing around a pair of nunchucks.
I've only got really one note against all of this, and it was a 2-word note, and I put just why.
To be fair,
why, Link?
I'm pretty much thinking the same thing, and there's that little part of me because I can.
Just to be absolutely clear, going out to, was it Way
Workshop?
Way Workshop. Just to be absolutely clear where I'm at. This is a video game. It doesn't need to be about underwear. This isn't quirky. You've not explained it at all. You're weird.
Luckily for you, it's only on Greenlight so far, but it seems to be quite a gathering of votes for it. So
well, if Galgun can get released. Well,
there's no chance in hell this one isn't.
No. Right, we're going to wrap this bad boy up and shift on over to our What's a Beef, Chief.
Indeed we should.
Let's go. It's What's a Beef! Here we are, we're in our beef section where we just basically vent, and I am venting this week. I'm venting Link, and once again, we're back on Watch Dogs 2. Great work, Ubisoft.
I suppose, to be fair, it's more... Well, no, they've got to have their hand in it, haven't really? They've got to set their share of the blame.
Well, to be totally fair, actually, it's not really Ubisoft. It's actually Sony. So,
or even a rogue artist at Ubisoft.
Well, so Ubisoft basically started this. They were at the beginning. To give a bit of background about this, a Twitter
user,
thank you, called Swizzasaw decided after playing Watch Dogs 2 that he was going to pop a photo up of some of the in-game content. As it was, the in-game content was an NPC led on the floor with her legs akimbo showing her fanny.
Full coach.
Yeah, so they decided that they were going to put... Swizzersaw decided he was going to post it and be like, look, I found a vagina in Watch Dogs 2. Which, to me, is if it's in there, it's in there. And lo and behold, PlayStation decided they were going to give him a little 1 week ban. A 1 week ban for sending or sharing inappropriate content, basically.
Well,
this is where you're going to get caught up, because it wasn't,
This is the thing, though.
Was it on their network, or was it just him taking an image and doing it on multimedia?
This is the problem I've got with it. And the fact of the matter is, like, why are people, like, the way I saw it termed was explicit content. What's explicit about it? It's not like there's some NPC there firing ping pong balls from a vag and pulling a labia apart, is it?
Diplomatically put, Link, but that's right.
But, it's one of those things. It really... Storm in a teacup?
Well, so after Swizzersaw went to Twitter and kind of went, I've been banned, Sony obviously did the appropriate thing and extended it to a month, just to sort of keep relations good between the parties.
This is what happens when you go public.
Yeah, and, so immediately, obviously, Ubisoft went, oh, really sorry about this. That content doesn't reflect the rest of the NPCs, and we appreciate that some people may find it inappropriate, and therefore we're going to amend the render so that it reflects all of the other NPCs. Which is a way of saying we're going to fix it, but not a way of saying we had a rogue artist at our end who's just put somebody's bits into a game and wasn't allowed to.
And just sat there sneering away because I don't give a shit because you cunt sacked me.
Yeah, I've got my pay and I've already left. Yeah, thanks very much.
I don't know, it almost seems the way they've worded that statement is, yes, there are some of you out there that are really, really offended by a penis and a vagina. So, for the sake of your sanity...
We've turned them into a mannequin. There we go.
That's it. They're now a Ken doll.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Good luck with going to the toilet, yeah. So, I don't know. So, eventually, after mouthing off enough on Twitter, Sony went, all right, and they alleviated the ban and sort of took it off. And Swizzersaw kind of went on, we won! They didn't admit defeat or admit that it was their fault, but thanks, and,
Thanks for, just doing the right thing.
When I checked his feed earlier on, he just posted one of, I think it's still in the same game, a character led on the back, legs apart, but this time they got panties on. He's like, yeah, I can post this time. So here I'm at with it, with the beef. I know what this guy's done is he would have shared it from his PlayStation Network account, some nudity basically. But it's not his fault. He's just taking the assets of the game that he's been allowed to be shared publicly, and he's there going, look, what's I found in the game which is being shared publicly.
Through Q&A.
Yeah, exactly. Wow. So I don't really see it as being his fault per se, and it's that whole thing of like, if you don't want your stuff to get pinched from your house, you lock your front door. It's...
Well, even then, it's a case of...
Don't put it in there.
In the same way that if a child of yours did something wrong, it's the first time they'd done something wrong, you wouldn't just instantly go, right, that's it, you're grounded for a month.
Yeah, exactly.
You'd be like, right, no mate, that's not on, here's your warning, step over the line again, you'll get a fucking backhand across the face. But, until then, as someone wiser than me used to say to me, a mistake is never serious unless it's repeated. So you give someone a chance, or as the same person used to say to me, give them enough rope to hang themselves. Yeah,
exactly. So, I mean, maybe it's slightly... It's the ban canon, isn't it? Yeah. It's that blam blam, you're banned. Yeah.
I mean, certain
now let's
games...
talk about it. Guilty until proven innocent.
Yeah.
Basically.
I mean, there's certain games, stuff like Overwatch, where you see people getting banned for using mods and cheats and stuff like that, and you think, yeah, good. I mean, we were talking about it earlier, wasn't it? The Pokemon pirates that... Fair enough, you've obtained an illegal copy of a game. Congratulations, good for you, you've escaped paying for it. But then don't get upset when you take said illegal game onto Nintendo servers to play it online.
For free, because you've nicked it.
To then find Nintendo upset, and quite rightly so, banning your 3DS, i.e. it's bricked.
Yeah.
So like they to the point that people were actually going to buy a new 3DS, extract everything onto the new 3DS, so they could still continue to use the old 3DS, and it's just completely insane. But
just buy the game.
Yeah, just
buy the game.
Yeah, and I think we've slightly gone off topic, really, haven't we?
No, yes, yeah.
We're going with the ban hammers, but silly bans, and there are some worthwhile ones.
I mean, just to be clear, the way this worked was Ubisoft released a game. They had to get Sony's permission to do it on their network or on their console.
It would have gone through certification from Sony.
That's right. And in that game was some content that some rogue guy at Ubisoft
It's
did.
totally the same with State of Decay, wasn't it? When they upscaled the resolution on the textures and found cocks everywhere.
Covered in cocks. Yeah, just peppered in cocks.
It's just like, that's what you get
It's like,
for trying to sack me now.
Yeah. And I think it was exactly the same with Mario Galaxy. You know, "You are Mr. Gay" was in the title.
Yeah,
they starred just particular letters.
I think it's one of those, though, that it's the kind of thing that you can pretty much, you want to draw a cock in that picture, you can find a cock to draw in that picture.
I did find one, yeah. But anyway, the point being is, like, they put something out there, it got used, they didn't like it, they've taken the beef up with the wrong people. Yeah. I mean, I appreciate behind closed doors there's probably some actions going on that we're not aware of, but
if not, if you don't want people giving you shit about the wrong information, give them the right information.
And what?
But I will say though, I had a similar situation with Forza Horizon 2, where I'd created a logo. Obviously, we've got our little things and bits and bobs we use online, haven't we?
So, are you basically not the maturest of content?
No, of course not. But I would have thought in a clever, cheeky, funny way, it would have been okay. Basically,
this isn't like Spinal Tap smell the glove. Like I don't see what's wrong with that.
No, I kind of I can see what's wrong with it.
Okay,
but
fine.
I thought it might pass and get away with it because of certain elements. But anyway, I drew a
Barney the dinosaur.
No, I drew a cock, but instead of bollocks, had wheels.
Right. Yeah.
An actual race helmet
Sorry,
and a monkey face.
Of course, that's much.
But
more.
my mistake was I put it on sale. I sold like 3 of them as well.
Good effort.
So then obviously I've gone back on the next day and it's just like, you're not allowed to access the online component or any of the community stuff for a week.
It's
one of those just like,
harsh
fair
but
enough.
fair.
Fair enough. But I wasn't banned completely from accessing the network, so I could still go online on other games. Obviously, that's the point of my story. There was a better way that Sony could have handled it.
So, right, gotcha. Not just, don't worry, you can go to other games and put pictures of cocks on those instead whilst you're waiting to get back on that one.
Again, giving me enough rope to hang myself.
Good. Well, there we are, folks. There's the beef for this week. It's just generally a meh, stop doing that, think about what you're doing, blame the right people, meh, moan. Yeah, cool. Right, let's shift on over to our Uncharted.
Yes. It's, I think, going to be quite a rugged and varied lot to chat for, I think.
It could have been the beef.
It could have been, but I think is a bit more around it.
Yeah. Cool, right, let's go. Uncharted territory. So basically we're going to meander around the Nintendo Switch. Oh, I need the NXX name to come back, or the NX, or I don't like this Switch name. But anyway, that's not what we're going to talk about. What we are going to talk about is what's going on. Is this thing any good? Is it we know a little bit more now.
Well, there's more and more rumours dropping. Again, there's been some release dates or release lineup info or rumours dropping this week. So we've had Emily Rogers, who's quite a famed tipster. She's been pretty good with her predictions so far.
And usually corroborated by other parties. Yeah. Recognised
tipsters and leakers and sources of information. But yeah, there's a new Mario game that's practically finished. But it's going to be more based around exploration. So I'm thinking more I'd imagine there'll be sort of a hub, and then you've got the levels, which will be sort of short, small affairs that you can play on the train and little small segments of gameplay. But who knows? We'll have to see.
Yeah.
There's a new Mario Kart as well. That's complete.
Didn't look very different to the current Mario Kart.
No, I mean I'm expecting just a remaster. just to
We
bring it
put King
forwards.
Boo in there. There we go.
Yeah, just a few little accoutrements to spice up the
Still
gumbo.
Need Mario Kart. It's essential.
Portable Mario Kart, though.
Yeah.
It's just, I'm sold. I'd quite happily take Mario Kart 8. It's a solid game.
Damn right.
Yeah, there's going to be a new Pokemon title,
Right.
but it's not going to be obviously they released the Pokken fighting one, didn't they? That was quite well received. It's not going to be that, so we're talking an actual fully fledged Pokemon RPG, maybe. I mean, it would tie in because of the portability. And
I mean, that's
Pokemon's
just
have
sucking them in, isn't it?
Yeah, that's a guaranteed sort of good fair number of sales in Japan at least.
Yeah, that's how to get your console out there. Yeah.
Skyrim is apparently going to launch with it.
Yeah, so
That could fill the void of what we've been hearing this week that Zelda will be missing.
Well, quick question, and we'll come back to that bomb in a second. Everything that we've seen of Skyrim so far working on the game, on the machine,
Wasn't actually on the machine because it was all imposed on it.
Yeah.
No, Bethesda have been very tight-lipped about it. They've not actually confirmed anything. They've confirmed they're working with Nintendo.
Yeah.
But they've not actually said...
What are we going to end up with, though?
But apparently there's going to be Skyrim, and it will have mods. But similar in the same sort of respect with the PlayStation 4. So not... Obviously the Xbox is a bit more varied and open. The PlayStation 4, so you can only use in-game assets.
So more flexibility.
Yeah. But yeah, again, like you say, so that's potentially launching. Again, this is all to be taken with a grain of salt. How much salt is obviously dependent on the listener themselves.
Yeah.
But the big one is obviously Zelda will miss launch.
So this is huge for me. This is like a massive issue now. I'm like, that needed to be there day one.
Well, it seems that the localization teams have taken longer than what it normally would take, which leads to a lot of the in-game text. Then
their quote really worried me because I won't give it verbatim, but essentially it was, "We didn't realise how big a job this was. We're not going to be finished till December. Then you've got to test it for 4 to 6 months."
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So that's taking you to sort of like probably a summer release. And
then unless you're starting to throw, but what a summer release.
Yeah,
if there's a way, if there is a game to keep you out of the sun, but here's the beauty of the Switch, it won't keep you out of the sun.
Dreadful.
But then you'll be there huddled over under t-shirts and blankets and stuff, just so it'll counter the brightness of the sun.
Yeah, because you won't be able to see the screen at all.
So yeah, there is that, and that was also the price as well. UK price was hinted at $199.99.
Really?
Which is fucking steal if it's the case. But then there was a talk of a $249.99 pack with Splatoon.
With some controllers, i.e. the bits which go on the end of your tablet.
Yeah, it's a £200 just redundant tablet after that.
Yeah, enjoy. You can access the Nintendo shop from it.
Yeah. Well, you might be able to sort of hack a Bluetooth controller on there, maybe. Yeah. But that's pretty much it for the games roundup.
So excited?
Again, I'm tempering my hype. Like with most things, I don't allow myself to be bought in by the headline bullshit and the generation that we seem to have become.
So you know where I'm at with this right now. I've got major concerns. I'm thinking, is this thing going to be able to sort of step up and be a valid console for people who like gaming, not just people who are like want a novelty bit of accoutrement, they actually want something which is for gaming. Is this thing going to stand up?
Well, is this going to be the combination of a hardcore console and something that casual players will play? Because this is clearly the angle that Nintendo are trying to take. There's no two ways about it. But I think it'll all come down to sort of one of two things, really.
Well, what's in this bit of tablet?
This is the thing, is that it's the rumoured specs. Well, we know, obviously, that NVIDIA are making a custom system on a chip.
Yeah.
So everything's all included, obviously. So the way it's all going out is how mobile phones are done.
So you know me, I know jack about chipsets or how PCs or even computers go together. But I did have a little bit of a nose on this. And there's this Tegra X1 all-in-one chipset, basically, which is supposed to be going in there. And I was reading an article on NeoGAF, and I was sitting there thinking, do you know what? I'm starting to put 2 and 2 together and probably get 12 or 22, but I'm starting to worry that the actual chipset's not going to be either up to snuff power-wise, or if it is an optimized version of it, it's going to be too power hungry and therefore have to run on like you can't take a game off the screen and put it in your hands and it be completely pixelated. I know they don't have to run it as hard because of the size of the screen and resolution that they can do, but it's still going to limit what they put on the main screen.
Yeah.
Based on the fact that it has to be able to support the power of the chip for the mobile gaming.
Well, it depends on how much they're basing it around, and what architecture and what chipsets they're using, because they've obviously had the K1 chip, which was what powered I'd imagine the X1 and the chipset, and that was that was based on obviously the last generation's architecture, the Maxwell stuff. Well, obviously now you've got all the Pascal stuff, which is going to be powered DirectX 12. Obviously the OpenGL stuff, Vulkan.
See, now I don't know
APIs and
sort of any of this stuff. But all I know is that I've seen some headline information, and you take them, as we say, take it with a pinch of salt. But basically saying that this Tegra X1 chipset, first announced back 2015 March, was known for being a bit power hungry back then. They've optimized it now, but even then, they were scouting PlayStation 3, Xbox 360 graphics. And it's like, now, I know they would have been getting more bang for their buck. Yeah. They may be going right now with 1080p, HD, blah, blah, or whatever, but it doesn't scream to me something which is going to support the kind of gaming content which is going to start getting pulled upwards by the approach that Sony and Xbox are taking on the Pro and the Scorpio now.
Well, I think this is the thing that Nintendo have always, especially the last 10 years, 15 years, have characteristically taken. It's just like, you two want to go and have a pissing contest against the wall and see who can hit highest up the wall, fine, you do that. We're going to sit here and make some games. And make just some really good fun games. Now the problem is Nintendo in the last 5 years have really dropped the ball on that. There's been 3-4 notable games from them over the last few years.
So prior to the Wii U release, they said that they were going to be releasing a Zelda, Pikmin, Mario, and I can't remember the other one, but they were like massive headline type, Pokemon at launch.
Yeah.
For the Wii U. And they delivered on pretty much none of them.
Well, you can technically... for the Wii U, they failed miserably on those.
But they
have brought Mario titles, and they have brought a Zelda title out. Obviously, it's a Link to the Past.
Yeah, it's very easy to do a HD remake, but... all I'm saying is you know what they're like. But anyway, we digress. So let's get back into the content of this. Switch.
Obviously we're gonna have the custom NVIDIA chipset, which will be obviously optimized, and we don't know what gubbins and what the makeup will be of it until someone gets over their hands on it and Nintendo tells us. So we've kind of got to just leave that by the by and wait till we know more. But it will be region free apparently. Obviously, these are all a bit rumours until I will state it's confirmed, but 6.2-inch multi-touch 720p screen.
Right.
32 gigabytes of internal storage, but there is SD card support. There is 2 USB 2.0 ports and 1 USB 3.0 port on the dock.
Thrifty.
The device is between 14 to 15 millimeters thick. But again, it's not. You want it to be a fair size so it's comfortable to hold when you're playing games.
Just touching on the size thing real quick, I was just thinking the other day, what makes me take my 3DS out and about to game? And I was like, I don't a great deal. So,
but would you then attribute that to that you're not a very active person?
How dare you? How dare you? What I'd say is, I guess the jump that they're trying to make with the Switch is that you take a social gaming console to another location, opposed to a 3DS as a personal thing, and it's just like, well, why wouldn't I just sit on my ass and play it?
Yeah.
So
why would I go outside where I can't see the fucking screen properly when I can sit inside and play it and I can see it fine? And there's chips and drinks.
But I do sit there and think, is this thing a bit bulky? It's another thing to carry around.
Well, it's hardly pocket sized, is it?
No.
But then, how many years have people been used to carrying around a tablet? I mean, phones are the stupid size they are now. Most people, you need a man bag just to fucking carry one of them.
Yeah, true.
So I don't think it's a great leap. And I don't. The thing is, I don't think it's something that like it's not claiming for the portability of a smartphone. But if you've got a long commute ahead of you, and you know that you're really enjoying your Mario Kart session, well, you can continue that and take that with you if you want.
Yeah.
And if you got somebody else next to you that might want to play, he can as well, or he or she can.
Tell them to fuck off and buy their own.
Yeah,
yeah, exactly.
And then you can join in.
Yeah.
But yeah. So I can just imagine it on the train. I think I would happily spend money on paying for a train ticket, as ridiculously expensive as they are, to take a Switch on there, in the silent section, like, aha, it's me, and just revel in the hatred and the misery that I've brought forth.
Just pour on top of you.
Yeah. So anyway, digressing again.
Just a little.
There's going to be no camera or mic.
Yeah, man. I mean,
but again, I don't miss those things personally. How much do I voice call?
Never used them. Never used them.
Again, a mic, but hopefully, as long as you can bundle in a headset, there'll be a headphone jack.
Let's be honest. The only reason why I would want them to have a mic on there is for Zelda games when I've got to go and blow like a little fan, but that's it.
Yeah,
just for a little novelty, like. Ooh.
But we saw with the Wii U speaker that you just sneak a little microphone in there for little bits like that. But then I think that's the kind of thing that the 3DS is brilliant for.
Yeah, true, and I guess they're trying to differentiate, aren't they?
Yeah, I think it is going for more of a hardcore portable.
So
this is Nintendo's version of PSP.
Yeah, but don't you think... So I get that, but I'm then concerned that the controllers, so these Joy-Cons, and just... Everyone's like, yeah, the Joy-Con. I'm like, joy and con. It's a con. It's a Joy-Con. But
basically,
anyway.
It's using joy to con me out of money.
Yeah, exactly. And they're very, very small.
It's the Sega Bass Fishing accessory, and the Pokeball accessory, and the Resident Evil flashlight accessory.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Never
it's like
use
Amiibo again.
Yeah. Can't throw it away, part of the game. Damn it.
Yeah.
But don't you find it's a bit kind of like you're not giving me a hardcore controller as because you've got these little.
Well, yeah.
Would it work when you're using two at once? Probably.
I think
when you're using them on their own.
No, they're horrendous. I think because if you look at if you've seen the NES, the Famicom Mini, like the reports, obviously it's sold massively in Japan, but the controllers are like tiny. They're like little dolls controllers, basically. They're saying they're ridiculously small.
They didn't ship normal size controllers with it.
No, because they fit on the side and everything.
Oh my god!
Even the NES ones, they're smaller than they used to be, than they originally were. So yeah, it's one of those. I think they need to make sure they bring out some more accessories. So I think just some grippier controller bits. So if you do want to play it's a bit more of a hardcore console, then you can. Obviously, you can hook up the Pro controllers. They've obviously showed them off in the trailer.
Yeah.
But the thing I think I'm not too worried about that because there's been plenty of third-party support and there will be a good controller to use for it. Even if it means a case of wiring up a fucking Wavebird somehow. Because I've got one of those at home that's still just a battery pack and some new gubbins and innards. So,
one of the points we raised earlier on, what about this whole Zelda getting delayed because it's not ready for the Switch? I mean, I know it's still going to get released probably for the Wii U, but...
I think that potentially may have just been a great scapegoat. By the sounds of it. Because if they've only just got like the localization team, if they're, like you say, not going to be ready until December, then they've...
Just sound like they're massively behind on
I think it's one of those that it's just the scale of the game is a lot bigger than it's ever been. And I think they've underestimated that.
Yeah.
Because Japanese is notoriously... not difficult to translate, but it takes some work to go between the two languages to get the same flow in story and stuff like that. Because there's some great books that someone's just released about localising Mother 3 and how the work that they've got to do to try and keep the jokes, how they've got to change some stuff, and how stuff just doesn't translate well and it just seems really weird. So there's a lot of that with the localisation.
But it's all part of it. They should have known that.
Yeah,
so.
yeah, that's true. That is very true. I mean, I'm disappointed, but I'd still take a 3-month delayed Zelda over one that's rushed.
Yeah, of course.
The one thing that's really worrying me though is the battery life. But again, we don't know whether that's like using prototype kits that are using older architecture because chipsets weren't ready for the manufacturing stage. Who knows? But it's been reported that it isn't brilliant. But then we've talked about in previous podcasts, I mean, you're going to be using it. It's not like it's going to always be portable.
Well, all I'm going to say is if I was going to use it for gaming on the go, not just take it somewhere, open it up and set it up.
Yeah.
If I was going to have it for gaming on the go, I'm only going to take it for situations where I'm on like an hour train journey or something. I'm not going to do it for 15 minutes, you know.
No.
So it's got to have some battery life on it.
Anything sort of anything close to 8 to 10 hours, I think you'll be pretty rosy.
Oh yeah, if they get iPad battery life out of it, I'll be laughing. But
looking at the size of the thing, there's no risk that they can't put a good sized battery in there.
We'll see.
But again, we'll see.
They don't like to spend money. We can build the best console they possibly can be, but we don't want to spend a lot.
I mean, I think this is the one that's going to worry you, though, isn't it? Is the graphics capabilities. They are reported to be below par of the PS4 and Xbox One. But it's see what can be done with it.
Right. So, if that, my biggest concern right now is that what Nintendo are doing is they're pushing themselves into this position where they're not keeping up with the big boys, which they've never done. But historically, if you look at it, it means that 1 in 5 of their consoles is a success, and the other 4 bomb, basically. So they're still following this pattern on and on and on. They're finding themselves. They didn't completely embrace like opening up their gaming libraries to Android and getting it onto like iOS and getting it onto like
Even failing that though, the virtual console is really, really sorely lacking.
Yeah, and poorly done as well.
A massive, massive opportunity missed there. That is one thing they really need to remedy, is to bring GameCube games and 64 games and SNES games back to the Switch. Because if they fuck that up and they don't bring those games, then they are missing serious fucking money. Because the one thing that Nintendo have always been good and they've always got as a fallback is a fucking massive stable of brilliant, brilliant games that people will play still.
But look at where they've got themselves now. So they're not a home console.
No.
Because they're not bringing the home console oomph. They're also not a mobile-only sort of console.
No.
Because they've got the 3DS and they're going to keep that going.
It's still its own entity.
So they're kind of in this purgatory somewhere in between with nowhere to go, and you're like, so you're being restricted power-wise to mobile gaming, but you're big and bulky and you haven't got the battery.
And you're not ultra portable. It's not something you can fit in your pocket like you can a 3DS.
You're not super high-end technology-wise. Nintendo.
I mean, I don't know. This is the thing that I've been trying to speculate about, though, is to regards to the power. I mean, we've seen an awful lot of these gaming laptops now that, when it's portable, it's really efficient. The power's acceptable. It will get you through a lot of games, but it's not mind blowing. You take it home, you pop your laptop back into its dock, and all of a sudden you've now got basically all the dock is just graphics power, GPU processing. You plug that in and it goes, right, now you want to see some graphics.
Well, yeah, I mean...
And this is the thing with NVIDIA and their Pascal tech, which is obviously this generation architecture, which is sort of they're starting to really start to push now. This is the thing that I'm speculating, is the dock really all that it seems? Or is it a bit more... Is it, in the classic Transformers words, more than meets the eye.
Nice touch. I definitely think one of the biggest problems they're having is the fact that there's two issues with the chip, as I understand it, when it's mobile. One is it's power hungry, so it hasn't got a fixed source of power, so you have to level it out to be stable for a longer period of time.
You have to get a fair balance between battery
so it's got to be regulated,
power.
basically. Yeah. And then on top of that, you've got the more intensive graphics you do, the hotter it gets and more it has to be cooled.
Yeah.
Which is more energy.
And then obviously the hotter that your unit gets, the hotter your battery gets, and that degrades battery power and life as well.
All of that stuff. And this is a handled unit, so I mean your hands are going to be warm, it's going to be sat on your lap, it's going to be... So it goes on and on and on. And I just think we're not going to get anything impressive here. And so possibly the answer may be when it goes into the dock, it can air cool better, it can pour more power and all those other things. Maybe it springs to life, but I still don't see it'll be that massive a jump. I mean, it's all on the screen resolution is what they're pushing, less graphical intensive power being drawn, but
well, like you say, the difference in power that you have to do to pull 720 as opposed to 1080 is quite.
I just find that the more I've looked into this, the more I thought, oh god, and it's quite uninformed, but it's just generally it makes me feel uncomfortable.
You feel a bit uneasy and a bit wary.
I don't think
it's not so much of a day one purchase for you then.
It's going to be a Wii U. Is it going to be a Wii U?
Yeah.
This is what's going on in my head.
Well, the only thing that I would say that like the confirmation of Unreal Engine 4 and Unity.
Yeah, I mean that's
so
great news.
That's at least you've got the option now that there will be an awful lot of opportunity to get games on there, and the fact that they've got Unreal 4 is really really good because now a lot of games are going to be built with it. It's still very popular middleware software, as is Unity. I'd say a CryEngine as well. I think Cryware's on there, so Platinum Games will be happy.
Hopefully. So when are we going to hear more about this?
Well, this is the thing. We're going to get the full reveal. I believe it's January the 12th. I think that the date that I had in my head that I could have checked on the internet with Google, but I'm old school and I'm going and trusting my gut.
Winging it.
I am winging it, totally, mate. But no, I think it's the 12th of January is the full reveal.
Okay.
But it's definitely January. It might be a week out.
Alright, cool.
So,
cool.
Yeah.
That's good. Any final thoughts, Link?
Power doesn't really matter for me, as long as it can keep a fair amount of it and keep me going for a few hours. But it's just bring the games, really. It's just all about the games.
Bring the games.
And some better Joy-Con attachments.
So my final thought is, graphics does matter to me. So bring the graphics and the games all going. I just want them to step up now and start doing it properly. But anyway, that's just me. There we are, folks. Another fun-filled episode, another week, another day, another dollar as it goes. So I guess, as always, from Angry Link, it's...
I'm going to go now before I start falling into a coughing fit.
Wow, it sounds like he's about to die. And I'm going to drag this out just to make it difficult for him. And... now I'm out.